It's Toby from Heavyweight MMA, today with Nate Law, MMA fighter, ahead of his fight against South Korean veteran Jong Hwan Lee at Eternal MMA 104 on March 14th at Southport Sharks. How are you, bro?
I'm good. Thanks for having me again.
Bro, actually wanted to talk to you about your last fight. You went over to China. How was that as an experience, bro?
As an experience, it was cool. That was sort of my first time doing like the international thing, and yeah, it was. I didn't feel like I performed good, so like in that sense, it was like pretty disappointing. But as an experience, it's pretty cool. Like cool thing to tick off the list. Like going and fighting overseas, getting paid to do it as well. It's like pretty cool experience that I will be able to like look back on. For the rest of my life, I guess.
True, man. And following in the footsteps, fighting in China, like guys like Izzy, Brad Riddell, and other fellas that have fought over there, Like, did they treat you okay, bro? Because it's a bit like less humanistic, I reckon, in some of those countries.
Yeah, they JCK was good, but like it was yeah, there was it. I think culturally it's just a bit different. Like we thought we were good to just like because it was all in like this one complex, and we thought we were good to like sort of just go do whatever we wanted with our time, but it was quite strict about like actually just leaving the hotel and stuff. And yeah, it was definitely a lot culturally a lot different to what you would get in Australia. And I think it makes fighting at home feel a lot easier, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing, man, if you do get to travel and fight a bit, right? That you get to experience these different cultures. Because I know my first time actually living over here in China, like it's a different world, bro. They think differently, act differently, and you don't really realize until you get here.
Yeah, no, that's it, bro. But it was really cool, especially it's a lot more like rural where JCK was. It was sort of Luliang was the region. It's a lot more rural, so yeah, it was pretty cool for me and Ben. And also we haven't really been in much snow in our lives either, so it was snowing at the time as well. So yeah, it was definitely like just a cool cultural experience as well. And yeah, like I said, just something that you can tick off on the bucket list. And it was always a goal of mine when I started for the reasons you said. Like I seen Izzy and Brad and Dan and those guys would fight in China, and I always that was sort of like one of the goals to do like before the UFC.
Bro, true, man. And on the guy, you fought a guy called something like Khorshidi. He was a decent fighter, bro. Sometimes you go to these international competitions, you're expecting like a can or something, but he was a good fighter and he tested you, bro. Like it was a closer fight than you would have liked for sure.
Yeah, I thought I was after a round and a half. I thought well, I had it in the bag, but yeah, I've probably never been that fatigued in a fight before, and yeah, I'm not going to give him too much credit. I'm going to say that was mostly mostly me fighting shit in the back half of that fight rather than him doing anything spectacular.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, at least you got the win, bro, and it took you one win after your loss against Marles. How was that, man? Sam Marles fight before that? You ended up getting KO, but again, it was a super close fight. And it was your first pro defeat, but it was a good fight. It's just that you walked into the fire and kind of got caught, right?
Yeah, no, that's it. I just paid for a mistake I made, and yeah, it's I've buried it well and truly now. But yeah, I'm over it. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm moving on and just yeah, just looking to keep racking up wins. I don't. Yeah, that's done.
About those fights, bro, like watching them, I know you trained for some time with CKB, and I noticed that you kind of disregard the range a bit. I know CKB is very aware of range and moving in and out and staying on the outside, but you're more of a forward moving fighter, like moving into the range a lot. Is that something that you're going to continue doing, or you want to try and work a bit more like defensively in a way, like not defensively, but staying just out of range? Because you're just waiting in, right, with that Miles one, and a little bit with the other one too, yeah.
Yeah, with the Miles one, like just thought I had an opportunity to finish him. I thought yeah, he was a bit hurt to the body, and I thought I had an opportunity to finish him, and that's sort of why I probably got too close and it cost me. But yeah, I think the probably just difference is like what I'm doing at the fight center. We definitely prioritize being on the front foot more than we did at CKB, and a lot more like work from like a high guard and stuff rather than like a long guard. So just probably the things I've done the last few years in training have pushed me that way. But I would say by nature and sort of with the first few years of training that I did, I do prefer like fighting at distance. But I mean, at the same time, like if you feel like you have an opportunity to finish someone or like that's going to be the best thing to win you the fight, then I'll just move forward then.
And that's the beauty of it too, that you can like kind of learn a couple of different styles and then adapt as you need to as well. If you've always trained one specific sort of way, you're not going to be as versatile, right?
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. It's good to evolve your game and like the things that or some of the strategies that maybe worked in 5 years ago might be a bit outdated. But I mean, as long as you're operating on like good principles, regardless of whether you fight inside or outside range, then that's like the main thing. If you have like sound principles behind what you're doing, then yeah, it's just good to expand your skill set.
True, bro. And so your next fight, like we mentioned, March 14th, Southport Sharks in Gold Coast, facing Korean Jong Hwan Lee, man. The Koreans that I see a lot tend to be pretty zombie-ish, right? Like you can keep hitting them and they don't go down. But the only fight I know of this guy is the one when he fought Khan Deada and he got dropped with a couple of elbows and successive elbows, right? What do you think of this guy?
Yeah, I haven't I haven't I've watched him fight, but I haven't probably spent too much time worrying about him. But yeah, he actually dropped Khan, which surprised me because yeah, Khan's a decent fighter. Um, but I mean, yeah, he's I don't know. I'm not really thinking about him. I'm just thinking about smashing his face in a few weeks. That's really it. I don't. Yeah, I'm just at the moment. I feel like I'm in a good place with like the way I'm progressing and where my head's at and stuff. So I don't really feel like I'm need to worry about him too much. But yeah, when we fight, yeah, just expect to put it on him really.
Yeah, I think you can see like had a bit of pressure, like he's trying to put pressure on Khan. I think you'll have to be doing even more with you because I imagine you've got a larger reach on the what's it called? One of the websites anyway, it had you with a 5 inch reach advantage and 3 inch height advantage. So I imagine you'd be trying to keep him on the end of your range, which you're good at anyway, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just yeah, like ones and twos are like the bread and butter, and then obviously like my left kick as well. But yeah, just keep him on the end of my punches and kicks. That's pretty much it, and just wear him down until he's not standing anymore.
Yeah, bro. And what about fighting on the next Eternal show? You happy for it to be closer to home?
Yeah, no, like I said, after fighting in China, like this feels like a home game in a sense, and yeah, fighting just down the road becomes a lot easier. Like, don't have to deal with like jet lag and sort of like weight issues that happen when you travel on fight week, and yeah, so as well as having like full preparation. So yeah, this is going yeah, fighting at home's much easier than fighting on the road, that's for sure. So yeah,
And
I'm
what
happy to
about
be back eternal.
what about the people coming, bro? Because obviously it's closer to home. You have your gym, you have your friends and family coming to watch. Whereas over in China, you would have had just you and your cornerman pretty much. How's it differ for you? Does it make it better or worse or indifferent?
I'm indifferent. Obviously, when your friends come down, you want to make sure that you make them proud and you go out there and fight hard. But if it's just me and Ben in China, then I don't give a shit either. I'm gonna go out there and do my best. Like it doesn't matter who's in the crowd, whether there's no one in the crowd or 50,000 people. Then it's all up to me. So
Yeah. Bro, how's the flight center going, man? It's all good. You enjoying training there?
yeah, it's good. We got Darcy. Obviously, he's should be in the UFC by now, but hopefully soon. And then we obviously got like another few other like guys around my weight, which are like real competitive to train with. We got like Isaac Rendell, who's like a good up and coming amateur. Then we got like Oren, middleweight on the come up as well, and then like a few other guys. But probably to be honest, like the most talent we have is in the smaller weight divisions. We got a lot of good young like bantamweights and featherweights and flyweights and stuff. And yeah, watching those guys train is like, yeah, they can do some real cool stuff. And yeah, I think with the things we've been practicing lately, I think we're really on top of what we need to be doing as a gym to sort of like get to the next level.
Nice, man. And Darcy's fight against Chile was a bit of a non-event, but
Yeah,
it was good to see him in action. Maybe have a look a bit more at him. I had an interview with him recently. He's a good guy to talk to.
Darcy. Yeah. Well, I'm just glad they started putting the odds up on the on Eternal fights because I put as much money as I could on Darcy for that one.
They don't let you put much on though, right? It limits you to a couple
I
$100,
think
right?
it's 250 is the
Yeah,
most you can do, but
yeah.
that was free money.
I had 250 on him as well, bro.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
I
too
mean,
easy, right?
yeah. Like,
Yeah,
well, if he lost, then I can cop that loss, but this ain't happening, bro.
yeah. So, bro, it still cracks me up that you're a Kiwi in Australia and we've got Australians in New Zealand. It kind of just cracks me up that it's still like that. Did you get a chance to watch on that note of you? Did you get a chance to watch Cam Rowston's fight in the last UFC? I imagine you did.
Yeah, no, I'll always watch Cam live when he's fighting, and yeah, it's there's probably like he'd be in the top three hardest working guys I've ever trained with. So when he fights, I feel so proud of him, and I'm just glad that with all the work he's put in, that he can now make a living out of the sport and like go out there, get the finish, and like with these new bonuses as well, that he can just make good money because he works so hard and he deserves to be there. And yeah, I think he just gets like better and better with each fight, and it's going to continue that way. I think it's probably won't be long till he's in the rankings.
True, man. Not only his fighting, but also his persona in the ring and everything. I mean, the cage, it's all like growing, right? It's cool.
Yeah,
Cool
he's
to
good.
watch.
I think he's pretty big fan of like Chael Sonnen and stuff. So he's there's a method to the madness, and yeah, it's cool. You see it get featured on like ESPN's Instagram or like TNT Sports and stuff. So yeah, he's onto it, and it's good. He's making a name for himself in that way as well.
True, bro. And another hard worker from CKB, Lawrence Louis, getting a shot for a UFC contract and getting a nice win. Does that sort of inspire you, man? Obviously, you'll be looking for something like that in the future, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. The cool thing with him is he was meant to be a backup fighter for Road to UFC, and he was 5-1, which is what I'm going to be after this fight as well. So I know it's like not far off. He came in as a backup, like no one was expecting him to win the tournament, and then look what he did. So, and that is truly, as cliche as it sounds, just like a testament to his hard work. Like he is obsessive about it, and yeah, as Cam said one time, he's like, Lawrence is probably going to get rhabdo in one of these training camps. He works that hard, but
Yeah, bro. So, what are your sort of thoughts on that, bro? Like, what are you looking at now for like 2026 and beyond, man? Like, what's your ideal sort of path?
yeah, obviously, like just put this guy away in an impressive fashion, in a couple of weeks, and then yeah, if I could turn around before I got twins due in June, so if I could fight in May, if there's another Eternal in May, I'd love to jump on that, and then yeah, that'll get me to 6-1, and then yeah, whatever happens after that, I think I'll be right on the doorstep of like a UFC opportunity or maybe one or two fights away. So I think yeah, just take care of business on March 14th, and then look for a quick turnaround if all goes to plan, and then yeah, after my kids come, then I'll just have to sort of yeah, that's obviously probably going to slow me down for a month or two. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be away from the cage for too long. So if an opportunity came this year, then of course I'd take it. But if not, I'll just keep winning fights, and yeah, I'll get my chance next year. But this year and next year, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, and you have a new drive, new meaning in life, right? Having a couple of kids today. Do you know if it's a boy or girl, or you're not
Boy
sure?
and a girl,
Oh,
boy
that's
and a girl.
perfect,
So
bro.
yeah,
How good
it's
is that?
already what's that?
That's so good. You have both at once. Like most people
Yeah,
want to have a
yeah,
boy and a girl, and you do it in one shot. Makes it a bit
yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I'm stoked I got a boy to be. Well, I'm happy with both, but you know, to continue the last name on, and now that pressure's off. You know, I've got at least one boy now, so I'm stoked about that. But yeah, it's definitely even now before they've been born, it's giving me a new drive and focus to like work harder and yeah, really make sure that through fighting I give them a good life.
True, man. And you mentioned like UFC opportunity. By that, do you mean contender? Because that your weight division, that's probably the most likely, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever, whatever I can get. It's either that or Road to UFC. But yeah, I don't know if they're doing a welterweight tournament or whatnot, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe even like a feature fight or something like that. But just sort of get your foot in the door. But yeah, contenders probably most likely. But I know before I sort of like put my attention on that, I just need to have like great performances. And yeah, obviously just put people away. That's what UFC wants.
Yeah, bro. Looking forward to it, man. Thanks for your time again. Looking forward to your fight. I'll definitely be watching as you take out this Korean, bro.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, bro. Thanks for your time once again.
Cheers.